All righty. Good morning, everybody. Happy hump day. Yeah, it's hump day. Happy hump day. Hope everybody's having a good Wednesday morning. Let's see who we got hanging out with us today. Let's see here. Thomas Grimm's in the house. Good morning, Thomas. Leo Steger. Good morning, everyone from Pinkerton, Ohio. Happy hump day. How about everyone give a Dave a thumbs up today? Yeah, that'd be good, but probably won't happen, but that's all right. there's always one or two holdouts. I mean, you're already here. You don't cost you nothing. You might as well hit it, but some people just won't. So Larry Galt's here. Good morning, Larry. How you doing? Says today is a good day. Every day is a good day. Just some better than others, I think. Steve Gronsky says happy hump day. 73 going to 81. Cold snap. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're supposed to only get to 80 today. And of course, rain off and on all day and all the rest of the week through the weekend and the whole 9 yards, I think. But yeah, it's all right. Don't matter to me. I think I mentioned probably a couple of days ago, I was going to take that reused plywood that I got when I took something apart and see if I could get a big box out of that. And I did work on that the other day, but I haven't run it yet. But let's see if I can remember where I set my sizes. I guess I've already thrown it away, but I think it's going to be 20 by 15 and a half with 7-inch sides. I think so. I'm probably going to try to go out there and cut that today since it's going to be cooler. Let's see, where did I leave off? Solar Man's in the house. Good morning, Ryan. Troy Pritchard's here. Good morning, Troy. Appreciate the thumbs up. Gary Hammett, good morning. Kenneth is here. Good morning. Marcelo, good morning. Let's see. Larry says next 10 days starting tomorrow. Nothing but rain. Yeah, well, maybe it's going to make up for all that dry spell you had. Monroe Cook, good morning. Thomas says, yeah, 81 to 50 or 81 high, I guess, 56 low here in central Illinois. About the same for this next week, exercising the heating and air conditioning switch. Yeah, it's bad when it won't make its mind up and go, either stay cool or stay hot one. But let's see, George Rompus in the house. Good, bright and sunny hump day or humo day, depending on how you type it. Good morning, George. Ray Jones is here. Good morning. Yep, that's right, Clyde. It is coffee time for sure. Good morning to you. Not watching keyboard always equates to a typo. Yeah. That's all right. I can usually figure out what you're trying to say most of the time. Sometimes y'all get so far off I can't. I think you're typing in code or something then. Sean is here as well. Good morning, Sean. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I was just looking. I have a thumb drive thing stuck in over there, and I thought I'd already copied those files to that, but apparently I didn't because I didn't see them on there. Oh, yeah, here they are. Yeah, 20 by 15 and a half. Let me go ahead and grab those and move them over to the little thumb drive, and then I'll be ready to go with that as soon as I get done here with the coffee sessions. And there we go. We'll stick them there. This will be interesting because this will be the first box thing I've tried to make using something kind of thick, but I think it'll work out all right. I just hope, it's a fine line, because if you get it too tight, then it's pretty much useless unless you want to spend hours sanding. And it's old scrap plywood. I'd just throw it away before I would spend all the time sanding it. But then again, you get it too big and may not fit. But I think it'll be okay. I'll let you know tomorrow when I run it, after I run it today, if it comes out or not. Landis says, good morning. Just went to the shop to start another 23-hour carve. Wow, that's a long one. You're going to hear, I know maybe you can see him, and he's sitting right here looking out the window, but I can hear the trash truck coming, coming down the street. So he's fixing to get loud here in just a minute. He's looking and looking. You can hear him coming down. What do you think, Jack? Is that the trash guy? I thought I heard him earlier today, but that must have been some other trash truck, because it wasn't mine. But yeah, he's at my neighbor's a couple of doors down right now. I can tell. Jack will be ready to get him. Here they come. You see him? You gonna go bark at him? Go on. Go get him. Go get him. Let's see here. George says the USA is getting ready to go back to the moon. Didn't we do that back in the 60s? I have more computing power in my cell phone than the Apollo spacecraft. Yep. Well, not to stir up any of the going to the moon stuff, but there was a time when I had no doubt we went, because I watched it on TV as a kid. I was, 13 years old. Watched it on black and white TV and see that stuff. But now I have seen so much stuff the government stuff has lied about. I'm not saying we didn't go, and I'm not saying we did. It's just I don't know anymore. It's just it would not surprise me for something to happen and something leak out and find out that the whole thing was who knows. Like I said, I'm not saying we did. I'm not saying we didn't. I don't know anymore. But there was a time when if you'd have said, what do you think about that? I said, oh, yeah, we went. I saw it on TV. But who knows now? They tell so many big stories now. You can't. I just assume everything they're saying is a lie now. Seems like that's the safest bet. Darren Bird's in the house. How you doing, Darren? Clyde says, no more blurry. How did you solve? Well, it was really a very easy fix. And I talked about this before, but nobody's probably noticed. But notice how even though I've got some lighting here in front, everything behind me, my chair, all this, the file cabinet over here, that table and all that's kind of dark because it's not lit up back there. I don't have any lighting back there. So if I come on here and I have on a dark colored shirt, like I have a lot of black shirts, black t-shirts and stuff. But if I wear one of those or even a dark blue shirt or something, I blend in too well to the background. And so my camera is working overtime trying to pick me out and focus out of that. And that's what was causing all that thing. Because once I thought, well, maybe that's it. Maybe it's just like that camera's working hard to try to focus. So once I started wearing contrasting shirts, like I always wear a gray shirt or maybe an orange shirt, or a shirt that's not going to blend in with this black, the camera works fine because it's not having to sit there and pick me out. It knows right where I'm at now. So yeah, haven't had any blurry stuff for a long time. But I just have to make sure I don't grab the wrong color shirt. Now, if I'm out back like during last Saturday show, I had on a black shirt, but it doesn't matter because that garage is lit up probably better than this because it's just too dark back over here. If I was put another light and light it up in the back, I could probably get by with wearing the darker shirts. But yeah, I have that white background kind of in the shop, so I can pretty much wear whatever I want out there. But in here, that's how it works. Let's see. Gary says Liz got less than 30% of the vote. Yeah, she took a whooping, as they say. A well-deserved whooping, in my opinion. But what do I know? But yeah, and of course now she's going to be really fired up about that little committee thing, or that stuff they want. It kills me how they want to act like that's a legitimate hearing. I'm like, there's no defense. There's no, will you ask questions? Now we get that, none of that. It's like, it's just a circus, dog and pony show. So I'm sure that'll be fired up some more, probably. I'm guessing. Rob says, "Morning, Dave. Thanks for the help yesterday. I started down the Design Spark rabbit hole. You're welcome. Yesterday. Well, at least the good thing about Design Spark, Rob, is if you go down that hole and download it and start playing around with it, it's free. So it's not costing you nothing to go down a rabbit hole other than your time. But it's some good stuff. And I think, I don't want to give away your project there, but I think you will be able to do that, what you're wanting to do, with that 3D modeling software. So, and I think once you start doing it, that'll be your go-to. I got a feeling. I really like that stuff. And the fact that it's free is just icing on the cake to me. I do wish there were, but it's free, so I can't really gripe. But there's some things I wish it would do, just like when I said, "Hey Rob, send me the DXF files." As soon as I said that, I'm like, "Oh well, you can't bring DXF files in there. You have to, I have to use FreeCAD as a little workaround where and that's all I ever use FreeCAD for, is I open up the DXF, select all, and then export it as a step file, and then I can bring that into Design Spark. And again, FreeCAD is free, or at least what I use is, and that's all I use it for, is to switch from a DXF to a step file. So I wish Design Spark would do that. I also wish they had at least a crappy version of being able to save a drawing file of what you created with dimensions, but they don't have that. That's an extra thing you got to pay, and I think it's like, I don't know, $500, $600, $700 or something like that. I think it's $500 and something dollars. Which, if I was doing work drawing stuff for people where I had to send them drawings and stuff, I would do that. But so far, I can get by without the drawing part. I feel a sneeze coming on. Let's see. Rob also says, if I can say it without sneezing, I live in Arizona now, but I grew up in Wyoming and still have a lot of family there. Even people I know who are not Trump fans voted against her. Yeah. Well, to me, and they weren't shy about saying it. They were saying that they were hoping to get some Democrats to temporarily change their registration and register as Republicans so that they could vote for it. So to me, that right there tells you all you need to know. If you're trying to get Democrats to change to flip just for a minute so they can vote you in, and that means to me she might as Liz Cheney might as well have flipped and said, "Okay, you want to vote for me? I'll switch and be a Democrat." I just I don't know. She's way out of touch with those folks in Wyoming, and way out of touch with everybody. Best I can tell. And that's they're gonna vote them out. There's a lot of them that's been voted out. They get to thinking the wrong way, and that's what you are. Whether you're a senator or a House of Representatives, what you're a representative. You're supposed to represent your constituents. You can't go off on this rogue stuff and say, "Well, I don't care what they say. I'm going to do what I think is right." Well, now they'll vote your butt out of there. Uh, Gary says that's probably why she got any votes. Yeah, yeah, no doubt there was a bunch, but you can tell. Well, I was watching a live stream thing, one of the news channel live streams on YouTube last night, and they were doing covering. They were talking about the Wyoming primary, and they were also talking about the Alaskan primary. And they were saying that it probably wouldn't matter because if every single Democrat in Wyoming changed to Republican just for that primary and voted for her, she probably still wouldn't win. Because I guess the Republicans outnumber the Democrats by about 4-1, is what they said. Of course, that's the news, so you don't know whether to believe them or not. But anyway, that's what they were saying. But they might be right because she didn't get much at all, less than 30%. So let's see. Rob says she could have survived voting for impeachment, but the January 6th committee pushed her over the edge. I agree. Yeah. Well, I think, and again, you guys watch news and stuff just like I do probably, but I heard that out of I guess they call them what do they call it? The impeachment 10 or something. There was like 10 Republicans that had voted to impeach. And I guess out of those 10, there's only two of them that's won their primaries. The other eight are gone. Well, are either I think four of them lost their primaries, and another four said, heck with this, or retire and take the money and run, which is what kills me because you get some, and we got some still in there now. You get some in there that's really a sorry, but, and all they have to do is go in and serve one term and then get out, and they get all the benefits and the retirement and all that kind of stuff. That's just wrong. They shouldn't be allowed to get any of that stuff. I mean, they already make way too much money, I think. I mean, I know they get to write everything off and have all these aides and staff and all this kind of stuff. But anyway, I don't understand how a lot of that stuff works. I also heard him say last night that Liz had only spent half of her um, you know donations, half of her war chest thing. So what do you do with the other half? Say that's it. That's the other thing that gets me too is like they raise all this money, and then what if they don't spend it on what they do? What they do with the rest of it? I don't know. I mean, I got an idea, but I don't know. But anyway, enough of that stuff. Uh, let's see what time is it. I still got a few minutes left. What's anybody gonna do today? Anybody getting out in the shop, making anything cool, or just making anything in general? I've got there's a private bank account. Yeah. See, they ought to have some kind of rule that when they raise a bunch of money, of course, there's crooks in everything, so it wouldn't really matter. I was gonna say you raise, you know, $2 million and you only spend 1 million for campaign stuff, and then you lose or whatever. The other million ought to automatically go to either a charity or something. I don't know. But then, like I said, there's always crooks in all those organizations. So it really probably really wouldn't matter. It's just crazy the way they do it. Gary said, wait a minute here. This thing is scrolling up now. Let me. Rob says, oh, look at here. He's got a politician in the family. That's all right. I still like you, Rob. My brother is running for state legislature, so we were watching the primary pretty close. He won, but November will be tougher. He lives in a liberal university town. Yeah, well, good luck there. Gary says total votes 170,000 K and Democrats 7,000. Okay. Troy says that money is supposed to go to the next candidate in their party. Supposed to. Yeah, you never hear about what happens with that money. All right, Lou's got a good thing here. He says he's going to finish his table saw topper workbench. Good deal. Yeah, she's still there for January 3rd, or until January 3rd. So, I'm sure she's probably going to be trying to do all the damage she can. And she said that last night. If you watched her concession speech, she said, the primary is over," and I forget her exact words, but then she says, "The real work begins now." So I'm thinking, that's what she's talking about. She's like, "Let me see what I can screw up now before I go." We'll see. Let's see. Marcelo says, just finished a new inlay board. Now to sand and sand. All right. Good deal. Ray says he's trying to make some room in his shop. You rubbed off on me. Yeah. Well, I have some room now, by golly. I don't know how long it'll stay there, but I got some room. I can actually walk around in there now. In fact, if I really wanted to, now this is how much room I'm at. If I really wanted to, I could almost, might be tight, but I could almost park my Explorer in there. But, I just don't understand people that put vehicles in a garage. Well, I don't know what's up with that. Yeah. That's why they make those cars all waterproof and stuff where they can stay outside. Let's see. Gary says he's working on setting up from his move. Okay. LB Sharp says, morning all laid again. Do we need to set up a wake up call for you, Lonnie? We That's all right. You don't miss. That's the good thing. You can come in right at the end, and the good thing is you don't miss nothing because we're just here drinking coffee and talking a bunch of junk about whatever. You don't really miss a thing. Larry says, finished the spindle cooling system yesterday, and it works as advertised. Next, get the spindle running. All righty. Good deal. Good deal. Have you got a Larry? When you did yours, did you put a little spinny thing on there so you can see the water? Excuse me, the water moving. Because I think you went with the closed system, right? The kind of like a radiator type deal. George says, I heard that on the Today Show interview with Liz going after Trump. Uh, yeah, she'll be making the rounds on all the you know, those kind of shows, bashing everybody, I'm sure. Like I said, I really think she should take a little time off, go hunting with her dad, get a little quality time with her dad out hunting somewhere. Just saying. Klondike said he's going to be working on lanterns with his daughter today. That's, man, those things, I hate to say it, but I'm getting tired of seeing posts about them. Them people in that Onefinity CNC Facebook group, man, that's all they post anymore. It's like everybody and their brothers doing lanterns. I'm like, okay, they're cool and all, but geez, you know, didn't think Halloween was that big of a holiday. But anyhow, what do I know? George says, what was that Facebook picture with the Sidewinder? Just need the news. Oh, I just messing around. I know I can post something weird like that, and people will be going, "Oh, I bet Dave's going to do this," or "I bet he's doing," I bet that was nothing. Leo says, "While I was on vacation, the boss moved things in the stock area again. I have to check." He did that on purpose, Leo. I don't know what you gonna do with that boss of yours? Clyde says, when winter comes, I lose half the garage for the wife's car. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I will say you are a lot farther north than I am. So, but anybody down here, I don't know, people park their car in the garage. I don't get it. I mean, I used to live in Indiana for crying out loud. And we had a garage, but I never got to park in it. My mom and dad occasionally would park in it, but it was kind of like, dad was kind of the same way I am. It's like, you have a garage and put a car in there once in a while, but most of the time you got stuff in there, working on stuff. So, okay, Lonnie says my excuse for today is that my nurse came in early. Okay, are you in the hospital somewhere, Lonnie? What's going on? If it ain't, unless you don't want to tell us, it's really none of our business. But you know. Okay, yeah. So Larry says he's going to put a spinny thing and a temp gauge. Okay, wow, you're getting all fancy smancy, ain't you? That'd be nice. Make sure you do, either some pictures or even a little phone video or something. Uh, um, Gary says, "Now that's funny right there about the hunting." Yeah, I didn't know if anybody would catch that or not. I think that's yeah. Let's see here. Rob says Dick Cheney was Wyoming royalty before this. His best friend growing up lived 4 houses away from my parents, and they brought him to our home a couple of times for events. Oh, okay. Uh, in case anybody hadn't figured out, I am not a Liz Cheney fan, and I'm definitely not a Dick Cheney fan. So, think pretty anybody with a couple of brain cells could probably figure that out with me. Okay, Lonnie says I go in once a week for 2 days for the next 6 weeks. Okay, all righty. Well, hope everything goes well. Whatever it is you got going on. Let's see. Clyde says it's nice to come in the house from the car through the garage out of the weather. Yeah, I can get that, I guess. Steve says I have a spinny thing. I love it when you talk technical. He says I have a spinny thing on mine just to be sure the pump is working. Yeah, I had one on mine too, but mine always used to get clogged up because I didn't have a nice enclosed system. I had the bucket with the little aquarium pump, and half the time when my thing would quit spinning, I could just take the thing and shake it, and because it'd get some gunk in there, and then it would. So I didn't have a really good quality spinny thing either. I had a El Cheapo. Um, yeah, yeah. It's funny how sometimes when people go to Washington and and get in the swamp, they change. They might be in a good person when they left to go there, but once they get there and they can either decide to be an outcast and stay honest, or they can join the group and be part of the swamp. And a lot of them, um, most of them, join the swamp. I think that's why there's so much stuff going on now. They're shaking in their boots that, oh no, mean orange man with the mean tweets might get back in there, and he knows too much stuff. And I think really I'm surprised they hadn't tried to do. I shouldn't even say it, but I'm surprised they hadn't really tried to do some other things to get rid of him. And you know what I mean. I just hope they don't ever do that. But anyway, my time is up. We've had a good little conversation this morning. Yeah, garage gets really hot in the summer pulling a car in. Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. Lonnie says water cooling and CNC don't sit right for me. Yeah. Having done that thing with the bucket, I will never do another water cool. It's just too much hassle. And the air cooled, now that I have one of those, I like it way better than the water cooled, just because you don't have to worry about it. In the water, you got to make sure it doesn't run low, so it doesn't overheat. In the wintertime, you got to make sure it doesn't freeze up, and just got leaks or something. All that stuff to worry about, where you don't have to worry about that with an air cooled. So I am not going to do it. All right, we're going to get out of here. Yeah, I don't see any more comments I need to address. So we're going to get out of here. Everybody have a good hump day. If I run my box today, I'll bring it in here and show y'all tomorrow. Or I say if I run it, I'm going to run it in just a few minutes. But what I might show you the pieces, or I might show you an assembled box, depending on whether it fits or not. But anyway, if you're not doing nothing, come back tomorrow. We'll be here for number 549. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all, today's August 17th, which is a special day for me. Not really. At least I don't think it's a special day, but apparently the Social Security people think it's a special day, because today I am 66 and 4 months old. So I hit the full retirement age today. I lived to make it. So, which for a while I had my doubts, but anyway, so that's I guess good news for me, because now I can not be restricted on how much money I can make per year. So, unless of course Joe changes things there. But anyway, let's get out of here. Y'all have a good hump day, and we will see y'all tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll have a box to show you. And have a good one. See you.